Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grigsby's War in the East. So I have been doing a little bit of reorganization just before beginning the episode. It's somewhat difficult, mostly because some of these actual divisions, well, cores, like this one over here is about 5 cores, which is the, just over the maximum, actually. Trying to work it by this, I should be able to reassign this one core, well, this one division over to here, actually. So 75th can go to the LIV. That's the wrong core. Is it the wrong core? No. Oh, okay. Apparently, I read that as an I. Okay, it's fairly early at this point. I'm not quite awake yet. Done a little bit of reorganization over here as well. Name of these units. This over here isn't really too bad, but I've reassigned some of the units over here just to try and bring it to an appropriate number of men. Shifted the HQ over here so we can actually cover this now. Reassign these men to this headquarters. Assign these men to this headquarters up here. Just to try and make things a little bit easier to control. So, we do have the guards cavalry over here. I can't really move too far. I think what I'd potentially like to do is use these forces to cover here, and then we can have these motorized basically begin their push over here to pocket these forces. So I think I'll do that then. And again, there's also a good save for holding up here, but then again, I do have the Finnish forces that can do that now. So there we go, we'll move you over here. Okay, now they're a little bit closer to supply. Supply isn't too bad at this point, it's getting better, really. Speaking of that, let's see. Now, it's debatable. I mean, I would like to link up the rail line to Leningrad because it would be a huge port, so then we'd be able to get supplies coming in from there. But then again, it's not too much point. And it's not too bad now. It's not too bad. I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, we are still suffering over here, but as we advance east, it should be better. Plus, I also do need to help out these forces as well, as this rail line is unreliable due to partisan attacks. I was doing some reading in the manual, actually. Turns out, there's no attacks in the Baltic Rail Zone until the 1st of December 1941. And you can also press Shift-K, and it shows you garrison information. So, frankly, I didn't need to worry about a lot of these things, but you can see here that we do need a lot more in the way of security. Okay, so some of these cities are okay, but we do need to, frankly, get more elsewhere. Like, Vyazma is not even held. Until now. Now it's okay, that's good. But yeah. The issue is, like, partial garrisons will allow the production, or at least the partisan faction to grow. Now, we do have some security forces over here, which I'm really happy about. As they are very, very important, as I do need to cover a few cities. I'd rather have partial garrisons than no garrison at all. So let's move that over here. Okay. Now you can't come off the train at the moment, so that's fine. So let's see, what I could do then is I could have you move over here. You move over here, and then in the following turn we'll be able to move that Hungarian security division, sorry, security brigade over to Zaitomir. Okay, I'm trying to find some more security forces in all honesty. I don't think I'd really have any. I still have this division that I almost forgot about. Our rail cap is looking fairly decent at the moment. So, do I want to move those guys, or do I want to move the Fushkamjägers that we have over here? And these guys are amazing. Their base morale is 95. The Waffen SS has about 90 morale as their base, so these guys are the creme de la creme. Which they really are, they are the elite. So let's see. And we also do have this headquarters. Could I move both? I could. It is attached to the 9th Army. It's one of those things. I think I may send the Volkskamjägers over here due to the nature of the Battle for Leningrad. If I can get them in there, and with the battles that we could potentially win, that will boost their morale even further. But then again, they would of course be quite welcome in the Battle for Moscow. And even for the Battle of Stalingrad. But we are... yeah, it's a difficult situation there. I mean, this is it. We have so many cities, so we need to really move quickly. Otherwise, we could be finding ourselves overwhelmed by partisan attacks on our rail lines. Okay, so we do have spares, like, over here, which is nice. These ones I can use elsewhere, which is thankfully doable. Issue is the rail line has been really set back in terms of progress. Oh, well, at least it's getting there. Right, let's see. I need to cover these cities over here. As frankly, I can't allow for the supplies to Moscow to be just taken out. Can't allow it. Right, Ben. So we're going to have you move up then with the rails. Do I cross the river here? If I do, then I avoid going to Smolensk. But then again, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. The closer we can move towards the front, the better. So we will head towards Smolensk. And the most direct path towards the men at Moscow is the best. At least for the moment. Nice amount of movement there. So that's 4 rail lines covered there, or at least converted. So about 40-ish miles, or 40-ish kilometers. I forget what the game does it in. It's probably kilometers, or I don't know, might be miles. It's one of those things, isn't it? Right. Now this is interesting. I either go down this way, or I go up this way. I think going up this way would probably be the better idea, as it would bring supply to all of this quite quickly. But then again, I could go... No, I think we'll go this way. It's very ambitious, I'll say that. Because obviously if we are pushed back here, then we will find ourselves in a little bit of danger. But the fact is we're pushing up the rails here. And that's going to help our flanks immensely. And I'd rather not waste time going back. Though it would be quite decent as we'd be able to link up these rail lines, but it'd take too long. I'd rather push on now while the season is good. While we're in the golden times. Or the happy times. Okay, we are coming closer now. We should potentially have... Oh, is this rail line cut off? It is cut off. God damn it. That's going to slow me down. This is the issue here with the partisans. If we had not been subject to the partisan attacks, we would have been a hell of a lot closer now with the rail lines. We would have been in a much better situation supply-wise. So these are things that we do have to find out and deal with. Could do with sending some support over there. It's only a brigade and a NKVD rifle. Okay, now these forces. I can't afford to transport more than 1 division. So frankly, we'll go with these forces here. Do I have you assigned... I think we'll have you assigned to Army Group Center then, basically, to 9th Army. I mean, we could do with more support over there. I honestly did not mean for you to be assigned to Slovakian headquarters. That is rather annoying. Okay, 9th Army then. Right. Have them begin their movement. Yeah, you look at the distance covered there. That is some immense distances. Okay. Where is 9th Army Command? So 9th Army Command is over here, which is on the broken rail line. So I think what I'll have to do then is I'll have to shift over these forces to this rail line. Then at least we can gather supply. I think that is probably the best idea, because frankly, if we do otherwise, we are going to find it difficult to get enough supply coming here, and we need to keep supply moving and constantly get it to the front line. I believe, General Field Marshal von Bock assigned a target of about 30... Well, I say I believe, he did set a target for about 30 trains per day from Group Center. I think the most that ever arrived was 23, and I think that was once. And, yeah, they just never got the amount of logistics they needed to sustain the advance. Okay. Move up. And now I'll have you assigned to the 9th Army, as you should be within range. I mean, that is Blue Division, or not. Alright, we'll move you up to Smolensk. Right, we'll just move them here then. It's not fantastic in terms of actual supply proximity, but... The spice must flow. Yep, you're in command. Your touched Army Group Center as well. Okay, that's not good. And we have OKH there. Right, 2nd Army. Right, okay, there we go. 2nd Army doesn't have that many men, so I can do that. Right, we have security forces here. So shift K. I believe we were lacking... Yeah, we are lacking up here. Okay. Now we'll shift you out on the rails here. Shift you out as well. Okay, now with Riga being a very large city, we do need a lot to actually garrison it. How is that port? That port is still damaged, but it is being repaired, which is good news. Hopefully by the end of 41 or close to, we'll have some operational ports, or at least something approximating operational capacity. Right, so these German forces over here, I'm going to have them push up over there. And now the 11th Army is rather interesting. And the fact that it's so rather small. Right. I'd rather have them move up to Stalin now, considering there's 3 cities in close proximity here. Okay. I mean, I could potentially motorize some troops here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly save. I just want to see what happens when I actually do motorize some infantry, because I've never done it. I'd like to see. It does use vehicles, but I do have a nice surplus of vehicles, so it might be potentially worthwhile. We'll identify a unit and we'll see if that would benefit from having vehicles assigned to it or being motorized. Would be rather interesting. Okay. Right, so if I was to motorize you, motorized unit... Oh. Oh, okay, so I believe it just turns them in... Does it just turn them into an actual motorized division? Okay, that would make sense. I would have thought it would have been some fun temporary. But that's good to know. I won't do that though. That's a lot of vehicles and a lot of admin points. Right. Now we're gonna have these German forces. Where do we have them advance? We'll have them advance this way. We frankly need to catch the hello. And the faster I can start sending men, the better. Okay. Need to move as fast as absolutely humanly possible. Okay, let's start at the top then. So we'll turn shift care for the moment. Right. So we have these forces. Let's advance on Kursk. And we should have an ordered advance. And I need to space these divisions out so I can get the best out of it. The most zone of control, basically. That works. Now what do we have here then? Okay, so I'm guessing they were airfields. Well, the city's still technically here. That's rather annoying. I should have just gone and tried to turn off, but oh well. I need to seize a lot of territory. We don't have that many men in the south, and while we are facing practically zero resistance, I will move up as fast as absolutely humanly possible. Okay. This is going to be the way we advance, because there's simply no other way to do it. Should have moved there and cut that rail line, but oh well. But at least we have spread that army out now, so that is good. I can start to shift forces down here. And we still do then have forces to spread out should we see enemy counterattacks. But we need to shift our focus towards, like, Stalingrad. I need to get to Stalingrad. Okay, I might be able to potentially cut that off. Almost. Okay. Ooh. And there we go. I mean, of course, these troops could do with having some rest as well. Oh, but if I can get that, I will. But then at least I can cut this rail line. There we go, that is now cut off. Something of a confused advance, but the fact is that we are spread out in a much better fashion now. We're covering a lot more ground. We'll be able to seize a lot more ground even faster, which is supremely effective. Now let's consider the rail line we just cut there. So we just cut that rail line. Now if I could reach the actual hub over here at Baluki, then we'd be able to really make it rather difficult. Saratov is a nice city. is this central rail line that I need to cut in some fashion. If we see the Rosenaire, we can cut it off from there, but then we need to cut it off elsewhere. We need to really just absolutely surround this south, just cut it off completely, prevent any reinforcements or supply coming through. Though of course that is rather impossible as Baku is a permanent supply base, so swings and roundabouts really, in terms of that one. Okay. These forces can deal with that. What's going to be important now is, due to the immense distances, we are going to have HQs draw in supply, more than likely from the local cities. So I do need to try to seize cities with appropriate supplies or resources that I do in fact need. I think there's actually a unit here. Is there actually a unit here? Oh goddammit, it's that routed unit. Well, I'll just use some security to deal with it at some point. Okay. Now, where's the rails? There we go. So here. Okay. We're gonna have to move the power up really, really far. As I definitely do need to have air power. I mean, we are lacking in reconnaissance, so that does not help us. Right, let's see. So you can see we've extended it... Oops. We've extended it that little bit much further. Still nowhere near enough. I need intelligence, but the fact is we're so far. So far east here. I mean, there's a huge risk that we get cut off here. Though we do have forces not too far, though the amount of fuel that we have is absolutely pitiful. The first Panzer group really has just expended practically all fuel. I should have really cut this off over here. The reason why I didn't is because I was trying to conserve fuel. As you can see here, we have a very low amount. But I should just done it to begin with, so hopefully we can get some fuel in there next turn. Or in fact, I'll just use these forces. They should have enough fuel to potentially get in there and cut it off in the following phase. So that's good then, at least we can save ourselves that embarrassment. I was hoping that it would have fallen. Ah well, you win some, you lose some. Convert that. Okay. I'll move the Romanian Air Command up to Kharkov. Then at least I can spread out the air power. Fairly wide, anyway. There we go. I mean, it's better than it was before. You can see that has increased there. But my god, you can see the huge difference in Soviet concentration. I'm not surprised, considering that Moscow is the capital, they are going to defend it. It's also a... well, it's one of the functioning centers of Bolshevism in Russia. I mean, you have Leningrad, the birthplace of the revolution, Moscow, the capital of the actual Soviet Union. And then you have Stalingrad, all the way over here, the city to bear Stalin's name. So these are political cities, these are political objectives. Okay. I still have these Romanian airfields too. Obviously the German army airfields. Right. I mean, as of right now, this rail line is perhaps arguably the most important, as you can see just how far they are away from supply. We really need to get that moving. But the sheer distances involved is astronomical. Okay. We'll catch a few tons of supply here. I mean, there's a headquarters here, so that's good. Reassign you. The good thing is I do have 2 Hungarian commands here, so I could always reassign troops quite freely. Okay. I could do with probably having this Italian force assigned. Let's see. But then again, I don't want to expand, expend all of their movement and all of their fuel at once, as it's going to be hard to come by fuel now. So we'll just have them advance like this. I could move here because there's clearly something here. Or not. Well, I'll just have them cut off the entire area now. There we go. Have Hungarian air power support down here. Yeah, we have our guards here. There we go. So at least we have the advance fairly ordered in the south. Okay. .2% fuel left. Okay, so we have an army, rifle brigade, and cavalry. What do we actually have in the city? We do have a lot of fuel there. Actually, it does produce planes too, so that's good to know. Capture a little bit of fuel there. Capture that town. What do we actually have in the town? A little bit of supply. Yeah, first SS motorized brigade. So these are German forces. They should be attached to a German headquarters. So I'll have them attached to that Panzer Corps, which is difficult due to the fact that we really lack fuel. Though the supply MP isn't too bad for those guys. Okay. What do you actually have? You have reconnaissance, okay. We'll have you move up as far as humanly possible then. Because frankly, I could do with it. Right, can I do any reconnaissance now? Not right now, but... So there's airfields over here. But at least in the following turn, assuming that survives, we'll be able to do some reconnaissance. Right. Still need to deal with these forces here. Okay, let's move the airfield just right up close. There we go. Yeah, sadly can't move these up. At least you're there. And you'll have some supply next turn, so you might be able to move a little bit further than you otherwise would. Potentially. Now. Considering that these guys do have a good amount of fuel and etc. I'm considering, do I try to advance across here? I don't think it's worthwhile. I mean, it would be good because we could potentially try to cut them off here. But that rifle division is still in place. And I'd rather not do it. As frankly, it doesn't really do anything for me. Right, we can move forces here now, which is awesome. Can't attack though, so swings them roundabouts, but you know. At least now supplies should be able to flow through here. I do need this, let's grab this rail line. Oh, okay. Didn't know about that. Yep, that could have been quite embarrassing. There we go. Never noticed that town, so having captured that town, we should be able to get supply flowing remarkably better. But the fact is, we should be able to have supply come through here now, or it should do in the following phases. So our supply issues should not be anywhere near as bad. Yeah, they're not too bad now. 34, not too bad. Okay. Leningrad should eventually be starved. I already use these guys. No. Nothing in National Reserve. We are going to fly some supply down to the headquarters down here. Okay. What is it that we require? Mostly supply and etc. So we'll send everything we can. Right, they're not bad actually. This Panzer Corps does lack fuel though. What we'll do then is instead is... Whoopsie. We'll do it after. Let's see. Okay. Let's break through here with this rival brigade. Hit them here. Be able to get all that support. Right, the cavalry routed. Move up here. And now I'm going to try to eventually surround these forces, or at least break across the river. Okay, form that into a division. Well, at least I could if I had the movement. Okay. Two tank brigades. Not surprised, I mean they were attacking across the river there. Actually. Okay. I could use these forces here. Alright, let's give it a go. Oh, they routed. Superb. Can't move though. They're far too well entrenched for me to be able to handle this turn. Let's see. Move the motorized. 2 rifle divisions and a tank brigade. Rather too tough to handle. Okay, these forces could do a resupply. Okay, so we have 3 divisions here. Okay. Off reserve. We'll use the infantry first, see if we can fight through. Right, only the 1 division attack there. But still, that was enough. That is superb. Has opened the door. Opened. Why am I speaking like ha ha ha? Opened, not hoppened. Oh dear. Right, cut that rail. Oh, they were committed. Probably not going to be able to break through. Nope. Yeah. They're lacking a good number of men. Alright, let's use these forces here if we can push them aside. Let's see, let's have some extra support assigned if I can. Right, have that K-18 gun assigned. A little bit extra. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll use aerial resupply to help these forces here, as getting some supply and ammunition into them would really help them to hold. Okay. Let's see. Let's push here. I'm trying to unhinge their defenses. I mean, that is stronger than a single division, yep, so that is enough. Maybe enough, yeah, I doubt it though. Yeah. Can't cross there, which is sad, because I'd love to send away the 34th Army. Alright, push here. AT Brigade. Right, let's get rid of that AT Brigade, and then those forces are... Yep. Give it a go. Not going to be enough, but I can cause some damage. Right, let's force our way across here. Only few forces, yep, just tank the gates. Really opening this wide. Okay. So we are advancing to the south, which is good. I mean, we've taken Kaluga this turn, so that's superb. We need to really... I don't know, it depends. I might be... I don't know. It really depends on what the defenses are like in Moscow. Right, I mean, these forces here would be able to dislodge that. And if I dislodge that, then I am able to move up. So let's see. Seems I'm not able to do that. May not be a wise idea then. Either way, I could just move in here. And hold that. There we go. It's now pretty solid. I need to fly supply really to the units. Right. There we go. Holy shit. Yeah, so we can see here the defenses in Moscow itself are amazing. So, yeah. Frankly, this is going to be tough. We have to try to find a way around the city now then. Because there's no way I could deal with 98. I mean, potentially if I had, like, the entirety of the Panzer Group and supporting forces ready. But not, yeah, otherwise, yeah. Okay, let's see. Use you in conjunction with the cavalry. Cavalry can move up here. I need to get around, so these movements here are very, very important. Routed. There we go. So we now do have that. We need to dislodge a strong point here. But once we deal with this, we'll be good. So I need to supply these units to the front line. That's for damn sure. Right. They lack fuel, they lack ammunition. Supply especially, though. So getting all of this in here is going to be very, very important. There we go. Now sadly we don't have enough of them, but at least these forces have received some supply. Okay, let's see. Let's toughen up my front line. Right, that works for me. At least now we have a number of units here. That should toughen that up. Okay. So overall, incredibly eventful turn. Those panzers, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with them. I might have them assigned to 2nd Panzer Group, perhaps. But the real thing that we're going to have to do is try to get around Moscow. Now, whether we do that from the south or from the north, probably, I don't know. It's like, the train either way isn't exactly great. If I could head around to take Ivanno, that'd be great. So I guess we will move these up if we can. Let's see. Rail cap is rather low, so I'll wait until next turn while I have a little bit more rail capacity, then hopefully I can move the entirety of it. Okay, so this is going to be rather interesting. The further away we push them from supply, the better, as we open this up. Though they should potentially... Well, they're not going to be isolated, but they're going to be on beachhead supply eventually. So let's see. Don't believe I missed anything. So we'll go and bomb the enemy's airfields. But we are going to change our doctrine here. So we're going to have ground support still quite high, but we'll have it at 90. Airfield attack, yeah, okay. Can't really do too much then. Give it a go. I could do with actually moving up the Finnish chef. That's true, I've completely forgot about that in all honesty. I mean, the beautiful thing is, once we do break through at Leningrad and have this rail line connected up, that's going to make supply a hell of a lot easier. It's going to be a dream. Alright, so we can actually see down to here now. So our reconnaissance coverage has increased. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. Almost forgot about you there. I'll have you assigned to a command nearby then if I can. Right. So you don't have anything assigned to you, so I can have you use to this. Ah, you attached the 3rd Panzer Group. Right, have you assigned to Army Group North then? Army Group Nord. There we go. Finally finished with that. Can't believe how long that took. Yep, obviously also on supply. So there we go. So we will take a look at what sort of industry we've captured actually. That was a request. So if we look over here. Okay, so captured. So we have captured quite a lot of different things here. Now I can't see what we actually have in terms of production because we don't really produce things like that. So basically what we have we're not using, to put it in a nutshell. So like how far there would be more industry in Stalin now? Kharkov would be the best example. Right, so Kharkov, they were building T-34s there, but now no longer, so that's been completely eliminated. So Stalingrad, really want to break through there. I hope I can. I don't know if I can, but maybe. It's going to be very bloody difficult. Or if I can, I'll just probably surround it. If I can surround it, that'd be the better idea. I shouldn't really try to attempt another Rostov, which doesn't help me. Okay, so we'll save it here and we'll advance. Okay, save it as 39. That's not the episode number. I've kind of like gone a little bit out of control with these saves, but well. Righty, let's take a quick look at what we have in terms of... Right, so we should receive a security brigade soon, a French volunteer regiment, some coastal brigades. Okay, looking forward to having these transports. Righto. So we have advanced an incredibly large distance. I mean, definitely here, really pushing into them. The deeper we push down here, the better. And the front is narrowing in a way. Because once we take Leningrad, then yeah, we're going to have the entirety of Army Group North ready for action. Which is going to be amazing. So we'll end our turn, and we'll take it from here. So yes, you'll see the difference here. I mean, we are very close to Moscow now. Yep, look at that. The good thing is we are pushing them further and further away from Leningrad, so I don't think they'll ever be able to get out of that. Okay, we almost have another pocket over here, which is great. Zoomed in, but you can see there's literally nothing in this area. There's only those forces at Stalingrad, and that's about it. Okay. Should have zoomed in first. Ah, well, it'll make things a little bit more surprising. Yeah, the Soviet vehicle pool requirement is going up. That's cool to see. Ah, they pulled out of that completely. That's fine. I can link this up now, so that's fine by me. Right, I really wish I could have seen that. I should not have zoomed out. Oh well. I'm guessing this is Moscow. Yeah, we held there. Held. Gets a large attack there. They lost 83 armored fighter vehicles in that attack. Right, seems they have something here. I don't know what it could be. Panzer Division. They held, good. We did... some armoured fighter vehicles were damaged, but we still hold strong. Are these guards? They must be guards if they're a different colour. That might be why the fact is they remain. Okay. Oh, so I don't know why the screen's gone black. I'm hoping it hasn't crashed. It usually does this every now and then. There we go. So the turn is over. And our advance on Stalingrad remains open. I'm going to be very interested to see what we have at Leningrad and how the forces have shifted. Notice we have gained control of that island. We're able to even have to send men there. That's good news. We destroyed that one pod, or we captured that one pod there, and then they literally have nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right, so we did lose a few armoured fighter vehicles there. We did lose a few men. Though the Soviets, yeah. I mean, they're at 3.1 million losses. They're lacking men. Yeah, they've lost 10,000 planes. Okay. Inspect the actual thing here. Right, so we push back here. They do have some guards here. Yeah, 4th Guards Division. We need to get around Moscow. Yeah, they're trying to hold us back here desperately at the flanks. I mean, this is a beautiful thing. They have to hold the flanks, otherwise they are screwed. But this is still open, so I can move in there and take that. But yeah, look at that. Tank Brigade, Rifle Division. If we break through here, we could try to pocket this, which I might try to do, actually. Might be possible. I don't think it would be, really. It's these only controls that we do have to consider. Oh! Ho, 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 ho. Here we go. Now the fun begins. So these forces are now treated as isolated. Superb. That means that 18th Army is going to be capturing, oh, a lot of men. A lot of men. Let's not dance around the bush here. Right, sons of bitches have reinforced Stalingrad. Son of a bitch. Our fuel is just so low. But the fact is, we'll maintain our position. Should have isolated Stalingrad. And Rostov. Should have isolated Rostov. I need fuel. I need fuel. The river reel does not help me. Okay, so 1st Panzer Division is just completely void of fuel at the moment. But it's worthwhile. Yep, in the south, just nothing. Absolutely nothing remains. Ooh, that's an important city to take. Yep, there too. And we are hitting their industrial resources here quite hard. Gained the French Volunteer Regiment. Ooh, there we go. That's good to have. Yeah, that cavalry I'm aware of that. And yeah, you have some more Romanian infantry. Cool. Get them to the front when I can. Ah, there we go. So our vehicle pool has increased a little bit more, so we're getting another 3k vehicles. I think we've reduced our need by another 3k as well. Or around about 3k, so that's pretty awesome. That bloody cavalry could finally move up. I'm not surprised your morale's slow. I'm not surprised. Yeah, they reoccupied that city, but ah well. So we need to sweep in the north. In the north and in the south. In the south it's a little bit more difficult due to the terrain, but in the north we're going to find it a hell of a lot easier. So let's see, what sort of strength are we looking at in terms of the Soviets? So they were reinforced, that's clear to see, but it's not going to be enough, and considering the amount of men that they're going to lose at Leningrad now, can't wait. Right, so over here they did pull back, but that's fine. The fact is I can push right up here now, no problemo. How are we finding supply? 34. Apparently you are cut off. That's rather annoying. Right. I need to just push up here to the below. The Vozy. Just these likes over here. We need to pull, push up to Chepovitz, Volgoda, Volgodar. I don't know. Then Yaroslav. Eventually Yaroslav. Yaroslavl. Okay. So we'll begin with the rails and then we'll do reconnaissance and see what we've got going. Ah, fantastic. So these rails are actually operational again. Superb. So I can advance quite a reasonable amount. Might be able to make it some lengths this turn. Finally. Oh, it's looking likely. Oh, it is likely. It is in fact certain. There we go. Come on. Yes. So we have rails as lengths now. You can see, possibly by this next turn, we'll have supply up to here, which is going to make things a hell of a lot better for us. You can see the lack of rail coverage over here too, but it's getting better. I mean, once we have these rails linked up in the north by the Finnish forces who are kind of retardedly doing it, then we'll be good to go. Right. But here, it's covering these forces now. We move further forward, we'll be able to cover these guys too. Just making it easier on our men in general. Let's move there. Looking forward to the butchery at Leningrad. Right, only 3 there, but that's fine. That's another 3 hexes that we didn't have. Then over here. Might finally be within range, perhaps. I think we might be within range. Perhaps. Yeah, I think we'll be able to cover some of the headquarters, possibly some of the 2nd Panzer, but we'll have 6... Is this 6th Army? No, this is 9th Army. We'll have 9th Army and 16th Army's forces covered over here by the rails, so that's going to mean supplies coming in a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, 16 MP here, wow, here it's 26. So the closer we get the rails, the better for us, as we can get more and more supply. But the thing is, we are on the doorstep of Moscow. We just need to find a way to surround the city, or at least cut the city off, which is going to be easier said than done. But if we can focus on destroying the forces around the city, rather than assaulting the city itself, will be good. We are noticing that the Soviets do have guards, though. They're starting to appear. Right. Oh, God. Let's keep the rails moving. No. Oh, right, okay. It's a good thing it lets me go back. A fairly straightforward path, which is quite nice. these rails really do need to move as fast as possible. The first Panzer Group I should have used to isolate Leningrad, but these... sorry, not Leningrad, Rostov I meant, and Stalingrad if I had the fuel. But I never really had the fuel enough to do it at Stalingrad. Do I actually have reconnaissance? No, not really. Well, yeah. But not really. Okay. Let's just do the reconnaissance, let's see how bad things are. All good, alternatively. Look at the amount of men there. There's a lot of men here. Practically most of this Red Army is here. Though a lot of it is definitely here. Oh my god. That is going to be so painful for them. It's going to bring up Bandicam so I can get a screenshot of this. And enjoy the pain that we're about to inflict upon the Soviets. Okay. Right, so screenshot, and let's screenshot how many... Right, there we go. So, let's begin the butchery. Right, form that division up. That's some gone though. Fortified zone here. Gone. This is going to be beautiful. Right, so we have 3 divisions there, guards and 2 rifles. Okay, they held. That's annoying. Gone. Look at all those men there. I mean, those are guards as well. Our time has finally arrived with the 18th Army. We're going to score a string of victories now. But I mean, let's take a look here. We've already removed 47,000 men. 47,000 men gone already. That is insane. That is so many men removed from the order of battle. And we're only just getting started. Righty. Yep, there we go. The fact is, those who retreat, they retreat to where they can, but when they can no longer retreat, they'll surrender. And the thing is, they're going to lose a number of headquarters and important leaders in this annihilation battle. Right, spawn them up as the width narrows. Yep, look how easy that was. 20,000 men gone right there. Have a go at that. Gone. Now let's compare. Almost 100,000. And you think, look how far we moved. How long did it take us to cross this area here? And now just look at how far we moved. Leningrad is finished. It's only a matter of time now before they're just completely annihilated. And they've abandoned their position over here. Sweet. Right, let's go for a full attack. Hopefully we can wipe them out and be done with this. Yep, there we go. Done with it now. Captured that. Boom. Done. Very late in the year to do that, but it's finished now. Yeah, look at that. They've lost 1,000 guns so far. And this is going to go down. Once they lose all these men at Leningrad, we'll have the entirety of Army Group North available. Right, let's see. Cavalry, rifle. Right, let's attack here as they frankly can't move back. 3 rifle divisions. Okay. Do I go for a full attack? I don't think I need to go for a full attack considering our defense here. Our defensive capabilities. Never mind, I was wrong. Oh well. Gone. Right, hit that. They might be able to take that. Nah, it's not enough men. Tank division there too. Bomb the division. Okay, not quite enough. Right, 1 division should be sufficient for that. I was wrong. That's a lot of men. Okay. 2 armies, so we'll hit that. Okay, we'll hit it with our archer forces. And then once they're leaderless, they're just screwed. Yep, hopefully we killed those leaders as well. I mean, this is absolutely... it's just a slaughter. But it's fantastic for the morale. That was huge. Oh my, you must be having a fantastic time. Look at that, almost 200,000. Move you there. You can move up here. Yep. Captured that town too. I mean, we're going to capture a lot of trucks from this, so we're going to have our supply situation improved even further. Okay. Ah, you're kidding me. That's impressive. Right, we'll give some experience to our forces here then. There we go. Hit that. Look at that, it's almost 1,000 armored fighting vehicles. They should be honored to be attacked by that many German vehicles. Need to fund these guys up. That was almost 1,000 armored fighting vehicles. That was almost a 6 of the Reich's strength in the east. Bearing down on them. Might have another full attack in those. We'll give it a go. Might be sufficient to break them. Yep. Broken the deadlock. There we go. So they held. That's unfortunate. But that was so much fun. That was therapeutic. But look at that, almost 300,000 men gone from that pocket. And there's still yet more men to be taken out. So, let's see their strength. Their strength has just plummeted here. Their strength is almost at our level. Which is insane for the Red Army. So, I mean, once we're finished with Leningrad, then the Red Army is going to be dealt a absolutely horrifically brutal blow. And from that, there's really not much of a comeback. Right, let's deal with these arseholes. Oh, you son of a bitch. They've got to fall next turn. Yep, these guys are cut off. Are these guys cut off? I don't think they'll... No, they're not cut off because of the port. Okay. So it'll take time for us to get Rostov, but once we do have Rostov, we'll have access to fuel in that area. Just need to keep advancing here. Let's get these men. Make sure we get it. There we go. Now open here. And potentially supply should flow better. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I think it was, what, 23 before? So the fact is, would it now be in 20, that's better for us. But this is beautiful. And let's see. That's 307,000 men just gone. Just gone. Absolutely immense. Yeah. We just captured 1,000 vehicles from the enemy, which is quite nice. I mean, we captured a total of 33,000. So capturing another 1,000 this turn is really nice, as it'll replace the ones that we probably lost in combat. Vehicles lost in combat, okay. Just captured. Yeah, so it replaces, almost replaces the ones that were lost from move-in supplies. That's good. Try here. Nah. Okay. So let's take a look at the morale here. 75, 77, 85. God damn. 78. 80. Your own morale is at 88, 86, sorry. But this is going to improve our leaders as well. It's going to make them better, as from victories they gain experience. Okay, so now moving this way. The Annihilation campaign should take maybe... It'll probably take us about 2-3 turns to finally, just to completely finish this pocket off. But just look at how much it's contracted. That's amazing. Let's move our infantry. Form them up. There we go. I mean, we'll find ourselves in a much better situation now. I mean, you look at the width of this. This is insane. Considering when we first began the push, what we had. Move up the SS. Nice, force them out of the way. There we go, captured that town. Yep, those armies are just dissipated. Right, have you reassigned? Right, force you out to the way. See if I can rout you. Now will we recapture the city? Almost at Kaladin. If I could make it to Kaladin this time, I'd be happy. Right, that's a full division. Yep, they lost a lot of men there. And a lot of armored fire vehicles. Now, there's not long until the Muds come. So every movement we do now is absolutely important, just absolutely critical. We are going to find that our vast majority of our army is going to be on beachhead supply, which is going to be incredibly dangerous. But it's not going to be that bad. I mean, the rails will continue to move up. I mean, we have an insane amount of land under our control, which is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing in the way that's reduced the strength of the Soviet Union dramatically in Europe. But as well, we do have to administrate it all. But let's see. We might be able to find a way to potentially push around in such a fashion as to be able to set up the encirclement of Moscow. Because frankly, they don't have that many men. At least they don't have that much in the way of strength. You can see here, they only have a few thousand more men than we do now. That's insane. We have more guns than they do. We have more armoured fighting vehicles than they do. We have less planes than they do, but we started with like, what, 3,000, almost 4,000. They had thousands more than we did. But the beautiful thing is the rails are not far away. So the next turn will be up to here, if I can dislodge that. Or if I go down this way, I don't know, that'd take longer. If I could go to reserve. I think what we'll do then is we'll go to reserve with these rails and then with them. And then the rails. Then again, those rails coming from some land is going to take a long time, so we're going to have to go straight up here, otherwise we're going to find it difficult. Okay, so in this turn, we'll have Kursk. Vrozene is just too far, perhaps. But we have a number of the critical cities of the Soviet Union. Yeah. Okay, we've got 3 of our important cities now. So, let's keep moving. Nine here. Or it could spread out. I think I'll spread out a bit. Okay, so we won't be able to cut these forces off yet, so I think what we ought to do really is, well, once the 16th Army is finished over here, though then again, once it gets to a certain point, I'll be able to, I could probably use the 18th Army to just encircle Leningrad and destroy Leningrad by itself, along with the 3rd Panzer Division, sorry, Panzer Group. So that would be quite impressive. So that would free up the forces of the 16th over here to march over this way. That'd be nice. I just wish I could attack from the north now with the Finnish forces. As it would finish it. It'd be almost finished. Okay. But we took this over here too, which is good news. Freeze that up. So ultimately, we've just taken a huge bite out of the Soviets' manpower. Do have this SS cavalry, which I'm going to be keen to move up. Yeah. I'm surprised they're out of supply. And we're looking at whether we've not had any partisan attacks. Okay. Cross the river here. Right. Oh, for God. Shattered. Which is actually kind of a blessing and a curse in the fact that they can become partisans now. Right, so we won't be able to take Kalinin this turn. Though we are getting closer and closer. If I could sever that rail line, that would help me out. There we go. Almost. Flank them here. Okay, they held. But that rail line will be severed soon. So each rail line that we sever from Moscow just catastrophically affects the Soviets. I mean, these supplies are carried out. Yeah, you look at this. Moscow is the center of the rail. It's the absolute center. The beating heart of the Russian rail network. Not nail network. So the more damage we do to it by cutting it off, the better. Right. The Ninth Army needs to push across the rivers here. Once we're across, we'll be able to begin the process of encircling Moscow. We don't have long before the Muds arrive, so we need to move. Okay. Right, can I phone them up? Why can't I phone them up? Right, just make sure that they're all... So I must have missed something here. I don't know why they can't phone up. It's rather weird. Okay. Have you reassigned? There we go. So I mean, yes, the defenders in Moscow have an incredible advantage. But I mean, we should be able to get around the city. It's going to be tough, but it is definitely possible. The 1st Panzer Group really is lacking. They have taken horrific losses in armoured fighter vehicles due to the consistent attacks against the actual centre of Bolshevism. Alright, let's go to HQs actually. Yeah, so, should move high armour group. AFE strength. So you can see here, 1st Panzer Group used to be... Oh no, that's 1st Panzer Group. I'm talking about 2nd Panzer Group, sorry. So yes, 2nd Panzer Group is now the weakest. But Guderian has won a lot of victories here. And the fact is, no matter what, we are on the actual gates of Moscow. In strength as well, in massive strength. I think the closest the Germans ever got historically was Kimki. And that was during... Was it even... No, it's either November or December. I believe it was December. No, it must have been November because the Soviet counterattack or the Soviet winter offensive began on December 5th. So yeah, Kimki. Right, we have a lot of forces coming down here now. So they should be actually able to hold this. They do lose morale if they advance beyond this no-attack line, but hey, they can hold, they can hold. That frees up more men for the German army, for the Wehrmacht. Okay. So I won't be able to isolate Rostov this term, which is a shame. I really wish I'd isolated it to begin with, because we could have had that right now, but ah well. Righty. There's so little. There's so little for them. I mean, I don't think I was wrong when I said that the move from over here... Yeah, it was near Smolensk actually, wasn't it? Yeah, the move over to... Yeah, it was the move over to, like, near Rezov. I wasn't wrong when I said this is potentially war-changing, war-winning move. And I think that one move... I think that one move by that Panzer Division really just completely changed everything. I mean, we had the entirety of the Soviets defense line pulled back over here. They pulled back, I was able to move. I was able to get through over here. As well. They sent men to try and relieve Leningrad, but it just was not enough. And then while we were able to profit from that, we were able to smash into the defense around Moscow. And let's take a look here. Let's destroyed units. So, I mean, Turn 1, 25. Turn 2, 26. Turn 3, 37. Turn 3, 24. Sorry, turn 4, 23. 17, 27, 20, 50. So turn 8 was by far the best turn ever in terms of destroying units. 35, 36, 21, 7, 24, 34, 30, and then 47. So it's funny how it seems to be multiples of 8 that are the best. But look at that. So many rifle divisions that they're never going to get back. 2 tank divisions as well. We've got guards, we've got Leningrad defense. You know, these Leningrad forces. Yeah. There's only a few brigades as well, but those are like proper divisions. Strength is just... Yeah, they have 20-ish thousand more men than I do. And that's just with the German army. Of course, I have my allies as well. So we're fighting a somewhat equal battle now in terms of numbers, which is superb. I mean, there will come a point where they receive like 100,000 men per turn. I don't know if we've reached that point yet, but the men that we eat away at Moscow, sorry, the men that we eat away at Leningrad is going to make do with that. So, yes, guys. We'll carry this on in the future. So until next time, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you have enjoyed this, then please do consider becoming one of my patrons, as it really does help me out immensely. And I hope to see you all again very soon. This has been amazing. So thank you guys for staying with me so far. And I'm hoping that we will have a victory fairly soon. I don't think we'll have a victory in 41. I think it'll be 1942 where we eventually have our victory. But until we achieve it, I hope you stay with me. And once the series is concluded, or just before the series is concluded, or whereabouts I get time, I am looking forward to running a play-by-email campaign or series. What I was thinking about was basically having the 1945 scenario, and I play the Germans as we try to defend Berlin, try to forestall the inevitable capture of Berlin. That would be rather interesting. And against an incredibly powerful Soviet Union, against this incredibly powerful Red Army, and try to defend the heart of the Reich. So yes, goodbye for now. See you all again very soon.